Cool.
Oh my gosh. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's me, San Martin, and I got a whole new crew here. And what we're going to do today is something that is going to be a huge blessing to you if you stay tuned. But you got to wait for it because we got this freaking awesome little intro like this.
I've been down there looking for the silver lining, but no matter what we always find it. So maybe you should just get lost.
Drop music where you go find the clip.
No, I have no clue. To be honest, I need to look at some of this stuff. That's going to be. Welcome to B.A.W.B Chronicles, also known as Back Alley Wine Bar. And if you guys have never been here, this is literally found in the famous Whiskey Row Alley. It's not scary in the alley anymore. It probably would have been back in the days, but not no more because Back Alley Wine Bar is here. And we have this show that we like to go ahead and dub B.A.W Chronicles. And we do have a super host now, a new co-host, but we still have Sherry in spirit because we are here locally at her spot. So much love to you, Sherry. Mwah! Thank you for the wine. Thank you for the wine. But anyways, without further ado, tell everybody who you are.
I am Rochelle. I am thrilled to be here, stepping in when I can. I get to enjoy the wine, meet some awesome new folks.
See, and that is the beautiful part of this scenario. And we also have a special guest. Without further ado, tell everybody who you are and what makes you famous.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Fox Hamilton, and I'm an artist. I'm a painter. Loving it.
I'm a
Loving every
painter.
moment.
No, her name is okay, hold on. What was the actual official title?
I'm a mixed media artist.
Mixed media artist. You
Yeah.
guys see it in the description whatsoever. And I don't even know if we need to go ahead and introduce her because she is the most famous person in all of town, and also my favorite friend in all of town. How you doing? Tell everybody who you are if they don't know who you are.
I am Lindsay Fox. I am a local bartender. I am so from Prescott. It's almost
So
more,
from
almost more
Prescott.
from Prescott than Martine.
Yeah,
we've
the
been
Fox,
since junior
the Fox
high.
Network.
I've worked in just about every bar in this town.
Yes, and it's a beautiful time to see you whenever I get in there because I do like the bar sometimes. It is what it is. Not like much lately.
We're getting old.
I know, and this is the reason why I actually love the Wine Chronicles, our B.A.W Chronicles. It used to be called Wine Chronicles. And what we do here, we actually find out a little bit about wine, and we also find out a little bit about businesses. And as you guys can see, scrolling on the bottom here is all of the information of her beautiful business that she's doing. But I want to cheers right off the bat. So you guys know the rules of drinking wine. I learned them from you, Sherry. Shout out again. So you got to twirl it, and that's because you need to aerate it.
Yeah.
Aerate it, they call it. And then you got to sniff it. And then you slurp it or gurgle it on your tongue. And at that point in time, your tongue is supposed to absorb everything that has to be with this. So what taste do you taste? Do you have any type of grape? type of if it's been in a barrel or anything? Because some do have that actual ability. So okay, so one of the things is that you have been caressing the job to tell everybody about wine, and nobody's a better wine connoisseur than Sherry. But we know what, we're gonna turn Rochelle into the wine crop.
Fake it till you make it, San Martin. There's nothing wrong with
There
that.
is
So
nothing
I'm
wrong.
taking
Hey.
Sherry's guidance and just running with it.
I just said I'm going to be here to drink the wine and ask some questions. But tell everybody a little bit about what wine we're drinking, and you can find here at the Back Alley Wine Bar.
Yes, this is the Elizabeth Rose Chocolate Block Red. This is a blend, so it's got a deep red flavor. It's organic. and just the full body flavor. I think that's what I really tasted when I let it, savor on my palate as you instructed.
Yes, yes. And then sometimes you could go ahead and say, oh, that would be paired good with. And I'll be like, chocolate. Everything's paired good with chocolate. It will work for everybody and will do everybody just to find, he said it.
Yeah, I think it's actually kind of a light red though. It's not sweet, but it's not too heavy. It's
Yeah,
really easy.
yeah, definitely not dry. So I like that. I don't like dry
Cheeses
ones.
and nuts.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Cheeses and nuts.
Yeah.
There we go. A little charcuterie board, and they do offer that here. So, okay, guys.
I feel like adult Lunchables and wine are good anytime though.
You know what? I'll taste it.
Well, cheers to that. I will cheers to that. I'll say you guys have some great ideas. Join us at this time every day where we can go ahead and give you the best ideas on how to drink wine with your friends and family. And okay, so this brings it to the question, obviously, if you guys don't know, that this is the Fox family, and the Fox family has been here all their lives. And obviously, I'm really close. But the best part about it is that you guys have something going on. I mean, specifically you, with your whole art scene going on. I'm going to show an actual picture over here. Then and as you tell everybody about what you're doing and what kind of business you got going on.
Okay, well, I actually went live with my business last August. I've been just loving painting for the first time in my life, and painting things, finding beauty all around me and painting those things, and then wanting to share those with people. And so I started my business, and my sister's been painting way longer than I have. And so I was just like, it would be awesome to do this together. And it's really, hopefully my daughter's going to start soon too. So it's just really exciting.
It's a family affair.
That's right.
I love it. Okay, so I'm highlighting some pictures on the actual screen itself. I'm going to show it this way so you can see it over there too, Rochelle. And this picture right here, tell a little bit about what goes into these pictures, because it seems like there's a lot of things going on if you look at it real closely. And obviously, I think that there is a watermark on it, so that's not what's on every picture.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a geometric fox head there that's it's just so that people can't steal my work off the internet. But
I'd
this
be like, that looks good with it. Sell it. Go ahead. I'm so sorry.
I mean, I could do that for you.
Yes.
This one is actually called Breakthrough. It was the very first piece that I did as I started working through my portfolio for school, and it was terrifying. I was struggling. I couldn't decide what I wanted to paint. I didn't know what my voice was. I didn't know what my style was. And I was freaking out, as artists do. And I went to my husband and I was like, I don't know what to do. And he's like, woman, paint what you want. So I decided to paint women and horses. That's kind of something I've always wanted to do. And this was the first one where I combined the two of them. That aquamarine teal color is my brand. It's my thing. Like, I just love that color. I love working with that color. And
you can see that in your work, and it's actually it matches your eyes, it matches your soul. And what you just said was like, honestly, therapy for so many of us that just I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I just do what you do, and it's here and it's there, and go for it. And you just decided you were gonna start painting.
Yeah. So I started painting women and horses, which are apparently some of the most difficult things to paint. But I was like, okay, I'll jump in.
Shiz, I got nothing else better to do. Okay, so before we actually talked, you actually said something, and I was listening. I was just doing all my stuff over here, but you said that you got a kickstart out of like COVID and the whole scenario, just like being home. You're like, introvert, perfect. I like this job. I mean, it was perfect timing for a lot of introverts to be like, dude, I have no reason to tell anybody besides COVID, fool. I don't got to go nowhere. So was that a big inspiration as well, or?
Actually, it had nothing to do with it, which is kind of funny.
You were just doing it, you're like, let's go.
I have wanted to paint since I was 13 years old. And I saw an ad for the school that I started taking classes with, and it just kind of went from there. My husband was like, you have to do it. You have to follow your dream. So he super encouraged me, and that's what I did. And that was in January of 2020. And of course, COVID started about March of that same year. And I'm a stay-at-home mom anyway, so it really just was like, this is just going to be part of my daily thing. And it has been, and it's a balance. It's not easy.
Yeah, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Did you say 6 kids?
Yeah.
Did you? Woo! Pump the brakes.
Okay.
So now I know why you said it did not make a difference, because all the kids were at home. You're just like, I need a break.
Yeah, my oldest is going to be 21 next week, and she's having her first baby in February.
Jeez.
And my baby is 5.
You just turned it. You're going to be turning in
Wow.
Nana.
I'm going to be a Grammy.
Oh my God.
I'm kind of excited.
Yeah. I mean, it
Yeah.
has to be one of those moments where you're like, geez, here we go. Next episode.
It was super surreal, to be honest. But
You
yeah.
are such an inspiration, especially, I mean, it sounds like she's been an inspiration to you as well, and to
Yeah.
your daughter who wants to paint, and to sharing that with women that will clearly fall in love with it and feel
I
empowered
hope
by
so.
what, is just living inside of you.
I think like the hardest part about having that artistic talent, but also having children and working full time, or
Husband,
just
Needing to be
family
everything
stuff.
for everyone.
Right. It's really hard to like take that time and just go, I'm going to take this time for myself, and I love you guys, but I just need a moment for me to be me and find me. And, like, especially the older you get, and like, you just realize that you can live your whole life making dinners and cleaning the house and changing diapers and driving kids around for different sports. And, you can spend your whole life doing that.
Yeah,
You know?
losing yourself in all of the transactions of just normality. But you can live vicariously through your children.
Or not.
Or not. Like, no, I don't want to go that route. So without further ado, I mean, you said something in that whole thing that, you were the first artist. You were obviously talking about yourself, I think, right now, by saying you lose yourself because you're doing all the hustle and bustle as a mom. So, I mean, as of right now, we have a piece of your art on the screen, and this is in tribute to our good friend, I would call him, Marty Love. God rest him. But this is insane. You have this artistic ability, and if you look at this piece, there is a lot to say in this one. Tell everybody a little bit about this piece.
So that actually is taken from a painted off, not off of it, but I found a photo of Marty from his Facebook, after he passed, looking at pictures of your old friends and whatever. And I think that's like the third or fourth painting that I've done in 15 years.
Girls got it.
Mm.
Just saying.
But I love this painting so much because it does capture like the love and like passion that Marty had for his music. I actually donated that piece to the bird cage, and for people who want a print of it, any money that goes towards from the prints goes to Marty's family. So,
that's cool.
You can see the painting in person at the bird cage always, or order prints from here.
Something like that must be just such a deep attachment to that emotion, and expressing that, and like getting that out must have been very good for.
Well, it was hard. Jenny and I were in her class, and she teaches classes at the art store here in town. And I'm looking at my friend's face in such details. I'm trying to paint him, and the emotion that comes from like getting over the loss, and still creating that to where it feels like him. It's an interesting experience for
It's so
sure.
beautiful. I bet there are many people in this town that can connect to that. That would.
Yeah. Marty was all love.
Yeah, he was always happy, and he literally brought, a happiness in. I mean, he actually lived his name, Marty Love. Come on, you can't go wrong with that name. I mean, really walk around being mad at everybody with the last name Love.
Right.
It just doesn't happen, guys. Oh man, this is so crazy. You actually get into the subject of living here all your lives, and how did you guys really decide to say, hey, I'm going to drop whatever I'm doing and become an artist? And I mean, are you going to do the same? Are you going to not be a bartender anymore?
Well, I've been a bartender for going on 24 years. But yeah, I just signed up for the program. I started on Monday for the mastery program that Jenny was doing. And I think Marty's painting actually had a lot to do with that for me. People just like being touched by it. And I've asked to do commissions of other loved ones that have been lost. And, I love bartending. I love all my bar people, but you know, at some point, just doing something and for me, you know, doing painting and maybe starting something with that would, you know, obviously I think that's a great direction to go because that's why I'm going. But yeah, it's the kids are getting older, so they're not always gonna, you know, they're teenagers, they're gonna move out.
So
and
what you're
I'm
trying to say is you're finding your next life.
I am finding my voice. I am finding the next step.
That is so cool.
And I think the thing with being a creative is that if you don't create, you feel like you're dying. And so, yeah, you can totally get caught up in life and doing things. And I was, you know, knitting and quilting, and I learned how to do Native American beadwork, and I was doing all these things. But if you are not actually making, you literally feel like you're dying inside. And so to be able to paint and to bring these emotions and things to life is just, there's no other feeling.
I think that's the arts, right? We actually have such a great community of artists that really do feel through their passion and you know, inspire each other to do better by just going for it.
Yeah.
You know, it's easy to talk about like getting lost in the day to day, but when you do just go for something that feels like that release, you never know where the direction's going to come from.
Well, and I have so many students who come into my classroom and they're terrified.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they'll literally be shaking with their paintbrush because they're that afraid of actually stepping out and trying it, which just breaks my heart because this is something that is so beautiful and it's so much fun. It's relaxing, it's energizing, it's all of those things. It's exhausting. That
Which can be good
just
for the mind.
It is. I just really want to encourage my students that they can do it and they fight all the negative voices that they have believed for decades to be in that room and holding a paintbrush and putting paint on a canvas.
This is so freaking amazing. I love this. And we're going to go ahead and get back a little bit to what she actually does over at the art studio. Is it art store? Art store. And we're going to talk about that. But we do talk a little bit about wine here. And unfortunately, I'm going to talk to you guys as we take another sip. And cheers to the story, guys. You guys, oh, sorry. I blocked you off. So you got to have that ready for like a trigger. Okay, so we like to talk about myths about wine. And if you guys ever had like a question or a myth, you know, like where, you know, the my favorite one, my question of all times is like the punt. Sorry, I laugh at because at one point in time I said a bad thing and it was a bad thing. So yeah, well, you guys can go back to that episode if you want to find that out. But anyway, somebody said that the deeper the hole, the better the wine, and obviously that was a myth that was not true, and it was kind of funny because it brought me to another like level of I want to know more about wine. So let's go ahead and tell you one of them, and I'll ask you guys if you guys know the answer. Wine always gets better with age. What do you guys think?
I think that probably depends on the grape.
You ever see the person come up to me like, this has been aged since 1400s. It's a very rare wine. And you're like, no, man, that is hard alcohol. Fermenting of that is probably going to be damn near sip, don't drink. But
does that depend on like how it's being aged? Like if it's in the barrel, does it age better longer?
That's the question that you would think that, because ultimately that's kind of how you age the wine in order for it to ferment and do its thing. But now that there's actually new tricks out there that you can actually process wine faster than you could probably speak, and so now you don't have little Italian ladies squishing the wine with their feet.
What's funny about that is like most wines, right? You let it aerate, you want to pour it. So, this particular wine said it's best right out of the bottle.
Yes. I like that idea because ultimately that is a good one. But so here it is. When you hear about wine auctions where exquisite old wines are sold for astronomical sums of money, it's easy to assume that all wines get better with age. In reality, only a small number of wines benefit from aging. These tend to be exceptional quality and often have notability high levels of tannins and or acidity. Yes, and these elements help to preserve wine. Most wines are meant to be drunk within a couple of years after bottling. So there you guys have it. I told you guys I come with some facts.
Myth busted.
Myth busted.
I hadn't had a chocolate before.
A
This
chocolate?
was a new. Yeah, this is a chocolate.
So what makes a chocolate?
Well, it's a blend of grape. This is a blend of grapes. I don't actually know the exact reasons. Does anybody know the reason why a chocolate block is a chocolate block?
Chocolate, we gotta have the chocolate block all over this question because I have no clue what that means. Okay. So one of the fun facts about actually drinking wine and what wine is good for you, what wine is bad for you, it's literally the wine that you drink with your friends. That's what's good for you. So cheers to that.
That was pretty good.
Well, and, hey, Sherry. Once again, Sherry has that final touch, because she's been to a lot of great wineries in the state of Arizona and California, and she's brought back some of the best wines here at the B.A.W.B Chronicles or the B.A.W.B, and it's really cool to understand, some of this stuff. But that really, honestly, was the best one and the only one that really stuck out. Everything else, I'm like, what did she say about this? Cannons.
All her good one-liners.
Yeah, and the one-liners is that one is just because you're with your friends, and she goes, any day's a wine day, so it doesn't matter what day it is, you could drink wine at any time of the day, or whatever week. Anyways, okay, let's get back to this whole story of yours, and I think this time around we were going to talk about some of the events. Yes.
Gosh, you guys doing something special coming up soon.
Yes, actually, next week, January 26th at the Raven Raven Cafe from 5 to 7. There's going to be a reception. Come and hang out with us. They've got great food. Come and look some art and wine.
And wine, she says.
And just come if you have questions and want to see the work up close. There's nothing that can replace seeing a piece in person. So we'd love to have you come.
So other than online, this pop-up right now is the place to come and see your work for sure.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep. And I'll have some pieces in Method Coffee out on Willow Creek Road in the month of March. So you can come check it out there too.
That's so cool. I mean, like, to be able to go ahead and do something that you love, hang out with your children. I mean, if you want to or not. Yeah, you got no choice. You got your little broke friends hanging out all the time. But if you have the opportunity to do what you love.
Yeah.
How does that feel?
It feels awesome.
And it's only been 2 years now, or what do you?
I started the mastery program at the beginning of 2020. So I just launched my business last August.
All right. And I know that you guys saw some of the prices, but those are for the actual original prices. So tell everybody kind of what the price comparison if you got a reprint.
Actually, I don't even remember them off the top of my head. So thankfully you have the website. You can go check it out.
Oh yeah, that's been scrolling on the bottom, guys.
there.
Just saying.
Click away. You'll see the originals first. Raven actually has special pricing right now. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. But if you're looking for prints, I have canvas prints. I've got giclée paper prints. You can get them in 3 different sizes, so the pricing will vary according to the size that they get.
Okay.
The Raven was what day? It's the
26th, which is next Wednesday.
next Wednesday. Yeah, they've got great food there too.
And hey, if you guys like coffee mugs or water bottles with art on it, I have that too.
Oh,
They make it
nice.
really
check
You
it
just
out.
come down and get
Yeah.
something small and check it all out too.
And I put the link for the Facebook page for the Raven. So if you guys do not know what she's saying, at the Raven, right there on Cortez Street, her artwork is on display, soon to be, or is it going to be
It's there.
at Method Coffee? Or
It'll
wait?
be in Method in March.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you guys heard it there. Are they going to have special pricing there?
Maybe.
You
gotta come down and check
You would
it
think
out.
that we have some special abilities here, Okay, so one last thing that we'd love to do here is talk a little bit about what do you see in your near future, and are you guys wanting to go ahead and do like an art show, do a collab with each other? Maybe if we throw some bands out there, you guys would do some live art and stuff.
We'll do all the arts.
Would you guys be able to do something like that? As a team sister duel, or can you guys paint that fast, or does it take a while? How long does it
Are
take?
you gonna paint in person?
It
Yeah.
actually, I have a friend, Vanessa Orabuena. She's an artist in Phoenix. She's amazing. She can do, she does these live speed paintings, but she practices the same piece over and over and over and over and over again. I can't do that.
You're gonna go at
It takes
next.
me
You-
some
you've got the
hours.
originals.
Okay, so
So-
maybe
so,
we
yeah.
won't have them do that little live heart thing. I love those pieces where these guys come in and they're just like, we're gonna not only paint it live, but we're gonna paint it upside down.
Yeah.
And
those are
and
awesome.
and I'm just like, what?
Yeah.
So these guys are amazing. You guys are amazing. This whole art scene in
Thank
general is
Can I
a very
just
big deal.
add something really
You could do anything you want.
So my sister is very talented, and in her next series, it's like a tribute to Prescott.
Oh,
How
nice.
Everything is changing and growing, but like having that like Prescott love and that like what Prescott used to be and like what it is for
Right.
the people who are from here.
Right.
That's going to be her next series.
That's
Well,
so crazy.
Something
I think
that
a lot
we
of
don't.
people with hometown backgrounds will connect to that for sure, including
Yeah.
obviously our locals, but people
Yeah.
that are from that kind of environment.
Well, I left and I was gone for 20 years.
Yeah.
So when I came back, it was like, what happened? So I definitely, I miss a lot of how small it was. The cowboy Western culture here. I was like, where'd all the cowboys go?
we just
Um,
changed them up for different hats.
That's right.
Just kidding. I've never been a cowboy. I owned a horse though.
Well, that counts.
It's a start, Martine.
Yeah.
I
You got
don't,
the
not
hat
no
for
more.
horse, yeah.
I don't have to own a horse no more, but I did. When I was younger, my uncle thought it was cool to go ahead and say, "Hey nephew, I want to buy you a horse." And I'm like, "Okay." And I'm living right here downtown by the junior high in Prescott, mind you. And I'm just like, I wonder how I'm going to have a horse here. And he's like, "No, you're going to have it in Paulden where we're going to have, it living and stuff." I was just like, all right.
Oh.
So I get to have a horse I never seen.
Yeah. So
I don't get to
immediately,
ride it to school.
yeah, I don't get to ride it to
Yeah.
school. I don't get to ride it around the neighborhood, on my
Man.
my bike and stuff. But needless to say, I got a little bit of he hauling me.
Yeah.
He hauling me.
It'll be pieces, still horses. It's going to be windmills, more of the country. I live out in Skull Valley, so that's really my quiet, peaceful place right now.
It's a
And-
very quiet, peaceful
Mhm,
place. A
mhm.
place. Hopefully, it stays that way for times to come. I think this town and everything around this place is beautiful. We have beautiful people that are just like, just hidden here. And I want to help expose that. So if you guys are out there and you guys are watching this, we would love to have you on the show, whether it be an entrepreneur, whether it be an artist, or somebody that wants to go ahead and talk about what they got going on here. We're going to bring you here. And you don't technically have to drink wine, but it's really highly acceptable. She didn't want to drink wine, so you're good. But she still has to drink it
But
out
you're
of the
good.
wine glass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She still had to twirl it. I don't know if you guys saw that. She was like, "Let me twirl my water." Thanks for team
That's how you
playing.
check
Yeah,
your
sure.
tannin.
Yes, that's how you check the
Exactly.
tannins. There we go.
Of Prescott
Are you
water.
testing the
Yes,
water?
the
That's
press
right.
the press gets. I think this is filtered water.
Yeah, there we go.
We love that stuff around here. So ideally, Sherry's here to go ahead and talk to you about what's happening here at the Back Alley Wine Bar. But if you guys go to her page and check her out, you'll be able to find out what's going on here on a weekly basis. There's always something cool happening. I mean, like every day. So if you guys want to check them out, check them out. And do you have anything to go ahead and add to these wonderful show that we have?
No, I'm excited to meet new guests and new friends and see what you guys are up to next. I can't wait to come down. I have to come down to the radio. Really,
Please
really.
do.
I want to see your horse
We'll see you
piece.
next time.
Yeah.
And I don't know who is from the Facebook user out there. You were saying, "Hi, sisters." She's amazing. Go check out her work.
Uh-oh,
I'm
which one's
assuming
that?
that is one of your guys' sisters. Hopefully.
How many sisters do you guys have?
Well, technically, there's 10 of us.
Okay.
So,
6 girls, 4 boys.
yeah.
Nice.
That's so funny. You're like, "What sister is that?" I was like, "I know which sister." Never
Well,
mind.
Was
I
it
don't know
actually
who
a sister?
that is. Yeah. It's Mary.
Mary.
It's
Yay.
Mary. Sorry that we found out which sister it was. How you doing out there? Okay, guys, we have been here for 28 minutes talking about all the things that she loves to do, all the things that we love to do here at the B.A.W.B Chronicles. We do this every Wednesday at 12:30 now, and we do it out of love and appreciation to our community. So once again, we love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you guys
You are so
for
welcome.
being a part of this whole
Thanks
little
for having
bit.
us, Mike.
And I hope these lights don't make you hot. It's kind of making me feel
I
hot.
haven't really thought about it, but.
The eight-
They are sounding a little bit, actually.
Anyways, guys,
Yeah.
cheers. Thank you for
Cheers.
joining.
Water.
And I think this is the most time we've ever cheers on a show. And I think it's because we love everybody around here.
That's
So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and come out like this. I'm going to go ahead. Oh, not that one. Ooh, that one. And then we're out of here.
I've been